KCBS News Time, 5:32. Here's Holly.
Susan, the owner of the Philadelphia Inquirer, the Philadelphia Daily News, and their website is donating the news organizations to a newly created nonprofit institute. $20 million has been endowed to the new operation in a move the owner says is intended to ensure that quality journalism endures in Philadelphia for generations. For more on the story, we turn to the KCBS Ring Central Newsline and talk with Rick Edmonds, media business analyst for the Poynter Institute. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you.
This sounds like an honorable thing to do, sort of like falling on your sword for the good of journalism, but nonprofits, they still have to bring money in, too, to survive.
Well, yes, both the new nonprofit entity and the continuing management of the Philadelphia group of papers and its websites are still going to have to operate in a very business-like way. I think the difference may be that they won't be under pressure, as so many American papers are, to raise big enough profits to satisfy either public shareholders or private equity firms.
The Tampa Bay Times is owned by the Poynter Institute, which is a journalism education nonprofit also. Does the situation in Philadelphia differ significantly from what's going on in Tampa there?
I'd say it follows our basic model, and that is to keep the newspaper separate as a for-profit entity that will pay taxes on the profits it makes. It's different in the sense that Poynter Institute is a school, basically a training program and a sort of advocacy group for journalism. They foresee their institute being a bit more oriented to experiments in the digital area, that is actually sort of inventing things, and also commissioning certain journalism projects that would then appear in the papers.
Will the Philadelphia market notice a difference? The readers, people who log onto the website?
I don't think they will see much difference, especially in the short run. I guess as things crank up, they may see some of these special projects, and Philadelphia has had a good record in doing that for many years. Has won a whole bunch of Pulitzer Prizes through the years. So I think in a way it's more continuity of the best of journalism than things that will be entirely new.
Print journalism, as far as a newspaper that you can hold in your hands, is it still going to continue to decline? Are we seeing the end here?
Well, I'm afraid I think it will continue to decline somewhat more, and I've been watching for many years to see if new revenue streams, whether that's digital advertising or some other things that these organizations have done, will 1 year be greater than what the continuing declines in print are. Hasn't happened yet, and as that dynamic continues, I hope maybe it's only for a few more years, you're still going to see the physical size of the paper and to some extent its news staff shrinking.
Do you see newspaper owners doing something similar in other markets, and which papers might be ripe for this?
That's a good question. I think as a practical matter, it really works only for a privately owned company, and usually with one that's actually owned by an individual. So it could happen with John Henry's Boston Globe or Jeff Bezos's Washington Post, though I don't think he's in any hurry to make it nonprofit. There's some other owners like that in Minneapolis, Anchorage, Alaska, and so forth. So in a few cases, I don't think it's going to sweep through the industry, though.
What do you see for the future of journalism?
Well, I think we're seeing the future unfolding and have been for some time, which is that the newspaper organizations aren't going away. They're becoming much more oriented to digital presentation. But there's just a host of sort of widely distributed players who are in this field. It's especially noticeable nationally, to a little bit lesser extent locally. So, our kind of old model where you look to the paper for by far the dominant, and then maybe local TV news left is continuing to be shifting to much broader participation in creating news. But I don't think news and journalism are going away, because I think it serves a basic need that people want and democracy needs.
Rick, thanks for your thoughts. Rick Edmonds, media business analyst for the Poynter Institute.